Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you're having a very good week. Yesterday I could not post, but today I have a bit of time. Also, the market continued to be, a bit boring, to be honest. So there's not that much to talk about. But in any case, sorry guys, I've been extremely busy with work. I'm gonna travel tomorrow. I'm only gonna be back home next Tuesday. I will try to drop at least a couple of videos during the time frame. It's just a very busy time period for me, so I apologize for that. And by the way, of course, if you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that a like and subscribe. The channel greatly appreciates, and it's still growing very well. Now, it seems that I'm going to be wrong on my funny feeling in terms of the SEC dropping the charges to Richard Hart. From what I understand, it has been postponed, and there's been some difficulties, according to the SEC, although, how much can you trust them in serving the papers to Richard Hart, who lives in Finland? I mean, Finland is not a third world country in the middle of nowhere. So I just found it funny. How can it be so hard to deliver papers to someone? I don't know. I still get the feeling that this back and forth will just stay for, at this stage, a couple of months, and eventually will get dropped off. I have until tomorrow for the Bitcoin spot ETF to be approved. Otherwise, I will be wrong on that prediction as well. I thought we were going to have it by the end of November. I mean, tomorrow is technically the end of November. But in any case, I do think that one is coming quite soon. We've been above Bitcoin 38,000. Again, the longer we stay above it, the longer we push through that price, the more likely it is that we end up above it. And I do think 2024 will be a wonderful year for crypto. That is my expectation. How wonderful will it be? To be seen at this stage, difficult to tell. There's some numbers that we need to cross before we can have a better view on that. But again, with the Binance settlement, a big major systemic risk is now out of the way, and a lot of positive things will happen as early as next year. Now, what about stocks? So we are still above 4,550 on the S&P. I mean, it seems like we want to test the high range of the market around the 4,600. It's normal that we are stalling here. The market is thin on news. Everyone is kind of wait and see process. But what is very important, and I've said this many times, is TLT keeps crawling back in. Meaning, sorry guys, as the bond market continues to stabilize and to move forward, the more likely it is that the stock market at least remains fairly stable without big downside moves. Again, the bond market will tell you what's going to happen, not the stock market. Now, that doesn't mean that one thing happens today and immediately you see the follow-up, but in my opinion, there's no way that you're going to have stocks going to the moon and bonds just collapsing very rapidly at the same time. I don't think that is possible. A word for Charlie Munger, who died at the age of 99. He was a great investor, although in recent years people have criticized him about missing on the major technological developments, a little bit like Warren Buffett, to be honest. But look, man, I don't see how people can be so, how can they criticize so much someone who's outperformed the market consistently over such a long period of time. I mean, to me, if we all do half as good as he did, or even 20% as he did, we will all be very happy at old age, if we get there, of course, but at old age we'll all be extremely happy if we do 20% as what he has done. Now, I get it, he missed on some things, he missed on crypto, for example, but look, man, he has a body of work over almost, of 70 something years, and he did extremely well. So, and a lot of people didn't. So when people start, judging too much these kind of people, I say, oh, look, man, that's like saying you don't like, that you think that, I don't know, LeBron James is a scrub or something. I mean, look, man, you may prefer Michael Jordan, which, by the way, I also do, but I mean, this guy's not a scrub. So that's my point. What else? I do think we're gonna start to see some more political instability as we move towards the election year in the US. I think more cases, more stories around, particularly around Trump. Everything seems to revolve around him again, for good or bad, and I think that will accelerate as we approach the elections coming next year. Typically, the Fed makes it easier for the incumbent in terms of the market performance. Also, allegedly, some people say helping to cook some certain numbers to make things look better. But look, and this is a perfect example. There's the economy of the numbers. The economy is that CNBC lets you know, the government reports, even the stock market performance, and then there is the real economy. So when I come here and I discuss, the economy is doing great on this, on that, I'm talking about the economy that has a direct impact on the numbers. So the government data has an impact on how the market reacts, and that's how, in my opinion, we can benefit or not. Now, behind it, there's the real economy, which is every day. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Then you have the real economy, which is everyday people's lives, which is getting worse and worse and worse. That's why all these reports come out, like extremely good, doing very well. But then the approval rate of Biden is the worst since Carter. And you know what he was involved in. So that is the reality. So the low approval rate, the being pissed off with Biden, the despair of people, the people getting second and third jobs because one job no longer cuts it. That is the reality. Then what the government says in the reports and the news and the media reports on it, and then the stocks move it. That is the fugazi part of the economy, the paper, the not real part. Okay? So when I refer, so you guys know, when I refer to that the economy is doing better than it. So for example, when I say things like, I knew that 2023 we would not see a recession. 2024 is more likely, but not 2023. I'm referring to government official numbers. In my opinion, the real economy is already under recession. You just don't see it in the numbers. But it doesn't matter what I think if the market reacts a certain way to the official data. See what I mean? That is the problem with the majority of economists, and particularly people like Peter Schiff, where basically they have an understanding of what's happening in the economy, but they fail to realize that the game of the markets is with what everyone thinks. Not me, not what I believe internally on my core. That's all beyond the point. But in any case, guys, 2023 is coming to an end, and I do think December tends to be a positive month for stocks. Let's see if we get that Christmas rally as well. In any case, guys, the closer we approach to the halving, the closer we are to the official bull market on crypto. And I do believe this one will be quite the explosive one. So, and with that, I'd like to thank you all for your attention. Apologies for the coughing. It's flu season. I have a kid at home. So she brings all types of stuff that unfortunately it all passes down to me. But in any case, guys, thank you very much. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.